You're listening to the ESO Network, your station for all things geek.
Today is November the 25th, 2018, and that can only mean one thing. You're about to listen to episode 223 of the Soul...
That's staying in.
of the Rusted Robot Podcast.
My name is Optimus Prime.
Hello, I am C-3PO Human Cyborg Relations.
I am Locutus of Borg. Resistance is futile.
You're like a machine underneath, right? But sort of alive outside?
I'm a cybernetic organism, living tissue over a metal endoskeleton.
You're not quite, human, are you?
No, sir. I'm an android.
These aren't the droids we're looking for.
Counterfeit, facsimile, replica.
We need some sort of robot. Ah, crap! I'm some sort of robot.
What are your prime directives?
Serve the public trust, protect the innocent, uphold the law.
By your command.
Hey, it's the Rusted Robot Podcast, not the Soul Forge Podcast, and we're coming at you live and in stereo. And I'm your host, Sean, and with me, of course, is Josh and his lovely wife, Kitty, or Katie, as the case may be, sometimes Catherine.
Yeah.
How the heck is everybody doing today?
Great, now about that intro.
That was different. Well, what
Standards are very low.
See, what happened was, we just listened to the first 3 minutes of the latest Soul Forge podcast so that you could actually listen to the promo we will play for a podcast on the ESO Network on the Rusted Robot this week.
Yeah, see, that's good.
Yeah.
Because now I can say, that sounds interesting. I like the way he made the funny promo. It's a very good way of doing it. I enjoyed that. I'll probably check out the podcast. Instead of going, I don't know, I have no idea what the hell it is. So
Exactly.
See?
It's true. And maybe, as your wife just suggested, it was a ploy to get you to listen to the first few minutes of a Soul Forge episode.
It doesn't sound too bad this episode.
Episode 76, which just came out on last Thursday.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, you asked your dude friend if you sounded sexy, and I wanted to see where that went.
Well, you'll have to listen to the rest of the episode to find out what he says.
Mm-hmm.
I'm almost fully recovered from the sickness. You can, I think you can still hear it in my voice. Can you hear it?
No.
No?
No.
It's just in my head then.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, because as I was explaining on that episode, I had been in Toronto last weekend. That's why there was no Rusted Robot episode. Because I went with my union fellows to learn how the post office union works behind the scenes.
Yeah.
And I was bored to tears.
Yeah?
But it was a free trip to Toronto, so that was cool.
You didn't bring a pitchfork?
I didn't bring a pitchfork. Why would I do that?
What, for taking it to the man?
Oh, well, the man wasn't there.
Oh.
Yeah, it was nothing to do with negotiations
The
of
man
the
is
postal strike.
everywhere.
No, this was just behind the scenes union crap.
In my opinion, you can bring a pitchfork everywhere. It's useful in many situations.
They probably wouldn't have allowed it on the airplane.
They do if it's packed in your luggage.
Ah,
It just can't be carry-on.
right. Okay. Now I know for next time.
I learned a lot of things when I went on the airplane last time.
You were just on an airplane not too long ago.
Uh-huh.
This was the first time I'd been on a plane since 1999.
This is the first time I've been on a plane.
Ever.
Mm-hmm.
See?
There was turbulence. I don't like it.
We were crammed in like sardines. It was a really small plane.
I got to sit beside Mina, and she takes up very little room, so...
True, so
it
you're
was
lucky.
fine. Yeah.
Very good, very good.
I haven't been on a plane since 1989.
Oh, see? So it's
Well, I don't like it, and I'm not going
We're-
unless I have to.
we're not very experienced in airplanes. But yeah, so I learned all about union stuff, and I didn't care about it. But I did.
No, you're supposed to say it was very interesting. I would love to go back for another meeting.
It was very informative, Josh, and I only wish I could have recorded the entire proceedings so that I could play it on the podcast and regale the listeners with all the excitement that I experienced, the pure joy and love that I felt for my union brethren.
Yeah,
How's
yeah.
that? Is that
see?
good? Does that
See,
work?
now you might be able to go back and have another free trip to Toronto.
Yes. When I was in Toronto, I made it to the Silver Snail comic book shop on
Oh,
Yonge
did
Street.
you?
And guess what I picked up, Josh? Guess what I picked up? I forgot to bring it. I was going to bring it and have the opening of the package here, live on the podcast. I was going to film it and record it. I put it on YouTube,
Did you
and I
get-
forgot.
Did you get a scale replica of the Terminator arm?
I did not.
Oh.
I do have a half-scale replica of the Terminator arm at home already, but I don't have the full scale.
You could have put them side by side.
Side by each.
Made them hold hands.
I could have, however, I didn't get
Parent
that.
Terminator and baby Terminator.
But no.
What did you get?
I got the McFarlane figure, Kirk.
Okay.
For a minute, I thought there was like a figure of Todd McFarlane somewhere. That would be hilarious.
It was his company, the Kirk figure. They didn't have any Captain Picard figures, so I didn't have to make the choice between which one to buy.
Oh.
So, but they had like 4 or 5 Kirks.
Nice.
And I was like, oh, do I get it? Do I not? I'm really cutting down on my collecting, but I wanted it. It's the only figure that comes with the phaser rifle from the pilot episode there where No Man Has Gone Before. I had to get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It comes with a regular phaser, the phaser rifle, a communicator, a stand, and an extra hand.
You know, we just recently pared down on a bunch of things that our children had outgrown.
Oh, yeah?
And I think Mina accidentally had gotten rid of some of the things that I saved from my childhood.
Oh, no.
And intended to get back.
Now they're gone.
No, somebody went to the place where they were donated and they purchased them back for me.
Oh, nice.
My 2 My Little Ponies that wound up going there, they are mine again.
Oh, phew.
I'm keeping them at the store so that they don't get misplaced again.
Good call. I'm surprised you got rid of those in the first place.
I didn't. I gave them to Mina.
And then who got rid of them?
Mina.
Oh, and you didn't check through what she was purging.
I wasn't home.
Uh-huh. Okay.
But I have them, and I've decided, because people are purchasing them now, and they're worth a lot of money online now.
Yeah.
Because people our age are nostalgic for those things. 30 years from now, nobody's going to be nostalgic for those things, because we will be like 60, and we'll either have them or not care anymore. So I think I want to be buried with them.
With your My Little Ponies?
Yes.
So 7,000 years from now, when the archaeologists dig you up.
Yeah. Well, I intend to be cremated and put in one of those tree capsule things, but I want the ponies buried like in the roots, like where the roots will be.
Okay.
With me, but not burned, because then they won't be there. They'll just be, melted plastic.
No, they'll be gone.
I would be very sad.
They'll be biodegraded.
Yeah.
They'd be boiled away.
Yeah. Which would be awful. So I don't want that.
Oh, you mean if they went in the thing with her?
Yeah.
For the cremation. Yeah, of course. Anyway, let's not talk about that. That's.
So.
Well, the point is, I'm going to keep them forever.
Yes.
And no one will ever have them but me.
You're not doing the headstone thing?
Oh, I'm still going to do that. I just also want a tree. I want all the things. I'm going to be like an Egyptian queen when I die. It'll be great.
You know how expensive it's going to be to find all the space that allows me to plant a tree and to.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Money is no object, Josh.
Yes.
When it comes,
money's an object.
When it comes to the reverence of your wife,
money is an object, but the thing is, you will spend all of it, I will be a legend.
In your own mind.
Have you heard what Katie's tombstone she wants it to say?
No.
Here lies Catherine Montague, buried alive. And then there's going to be a bunch of booby trap things set up, so that fake arms pop out, or noises happen, or ghostly smoke. And then there's also going to be more than one, sometimes contradicting ghost tale spread out around Timmins. So people will read it, and then they might visit me, and then the ghosty things will happen, and then everybody will be terrified, and it'll be great.
Where did you find this one, Josh?
On the school bus?
Where'd you dig her up?
Yeah, on the school bus.
Oh.
He didn't look far.
Okay, very good, very good. Okay, wow. So it's been 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Since we recorded an episode, and the day after our last episode dropped, of course, we got all the bad news. Stan Lee had passed away on that Monday after the last episode. Maybe you heard of that?
Yes.
Because it's the only thing that was on Facebook for the next 3 days.
Yeah, it's still the only thing on
it's
Facebook.
Still
Many
on there.
Many people are very injured in their hearts because
yes.
Well,
it was a big deal.
He's a very influential man.
Yeah, and he affected a lot of people.
And then there are some outlets and people that are trying to go, well, he wasn't really that great of a man.
Well, there's the whole Bill Maher comments.
Bill Maher and a couple of the online rage sites where I found outrage to be outraged about.
Those people are horrible people.
Yes, they are horrible people.
If you're not
very angry.
Yeah, if you're not saddened by the loss of somebody, you're just supposed to stand there quietly and respect that other people feel the loss. And
exactly. And sure, he was 95 and he was expected to go soon, but it's still a devastating loss.
Yeah, it's still horribly sad.
It's
He was 95, but he was not expected to go soon. Everybody just assumed it's
He would
Stan
live
Lee.
forever? Yeah.
He's just going to be there.
He will remain alive by the power of all of our love for him.
That's right. That's right.
And that's kind of true, though.
Mm-hmm. But he had a horrible year. The last 2 years, I guess, when he lost his wife and all the people trying to get his money and rob
the craziness
him and all
of
that.
the eye surgery causing him all kinds of heart issues.
All the things, yeah. But yeah, it was just kind of like you'd always expect him to be here. It's would you say it was as big as when Leonard Nimoy passed?
Yeah, it's at least as big.
It's on the same...
Possibly bigger.
Bigger, right?
It's bigger.
But it's...
He never
stepped out of the limelight
influence.
either, yeah. He always stayed there, kept creating things, new worlds, new people for us to love. He loved all of his fans, signed anything you'd give him.
Yeah, Stan Lee's signature is finally going up in value. Because for the longest time, it just went down in value because he just signed
everything. I have a friend who has a friend at my workplace, and they asked Stan Lee to sign a Batman comic, and he did.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was because of the whole thing with the Big Bang Theory, where he was going to ask Stan Lee to sign a Batman comic.
Oh, okay.
Somebody actually did that, and he totally just signed it because he was like, yeah, Excelsior! Because he's awesome and amazing, so, yep.
But
live on forever in our hearts and memories.
Exactly. And I was just trying to think about, like, big pop cultural events like this. So we lost Stan Lee, we lost Leonard Nimoy, we've lost other people. But I think in the last 5 years, those are the two biggest. And
Robin Williams.
Robin Williams, too, was a huge one. Yeah.
Yeah, he was also in everything. And also a good person.
Mm-hmm.
Just there's certain people that just mean the world to you. So, yeah. So it's sad.
It is.
And on, what was it, December 28th, we're all supposed to wear Marvel shirts to celebrate what would have been his 96th birthday.
Yeah.
So
it says shirts or sweaters, but I assume if you have any Marvel thing that you would like to wear, it's good enough.
I think so.
As long as it's Stan Lee related, I think. One of the characters he created.
Or co-created, or wrote for, or whatever. Yeah.
Well, he was the managing director for a long time, so...
He was in charge of Marvel for a really long time. But I think more specifically trying to pick a character he was somehow connected with would be better in commemorating him, because it's the first birthday after he's gone.
True, but like I said...
Yeah, really, anything.
All of them were under his supervision for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's definitely missed. And that was a big loss to pop culture.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about something fun. What do you got? I'm halfway through Iron Fist, finally.
Oh, how do you like it?
It's slow going.
Really?
Yeah.
But you're halfway through?
I'm halfway through.
Did you get to the part with the Crane sisters?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah.
No.
It's pretty good.
So I'm behind on that.
Which part are you at?
Let's see. We just found out that Misty Knight, Mary Walker, and Joy were at the apartment. Confronting him to let him know that Davos was behind everything and they were...
Do you know about the whole thing with Mary Walker yet?
I know she has multiple personalities, but that's it. And I know she played Carol Marcus in Star Trek Into Darkness.
Yeah.
But
she was also, she was on Jessica Jones.
Was she?
Uh-huh. It's Patsy.
That's not Patsy.
Yeah. It's the same girl.
No, it's not.
It is, isn't it?
No, it's a totally different actress.
I'm pretty sure it's the same girl.
No.
No, I have not seen more than one episode of the new season of Iron Fist, and I'm fairly certain that it's not the same girl.
It's a totally severed actress. They don't even look the same, other than the fact that they're blonde. But, anyways, that's Alice Eve who plays Mary Walker, and she is going to play the wife in the Keanu Reeves movie Replicas, which we will later play in a trailer for throughout this episode of the podcast, episode 223.
Hey gang, we're at Thunder Bay Comic Con. Awesome time. We're Paul McGillian and
Gary Jones from Stargate SG-1 and
Stargate Atlantis. Dr. Beckett, thank you very much. And we're listening to the Rusted Robot Podcast.
You keep looking it up there, Kitty.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you that it's not the same person at all.
I'm pretty sure she's supposed to be Patsy Walker Hellcat, but okay.
No idea. I haven't finished watching it, and I haven't even gotten into Daredevil yet, and I haven't seen any episodes of the DC Cinematic TV Universe this year. I'm behind in Doctor Who. Have you watched any of it?
I watched 2 episodes, and I walked away.
Oh, see, it's not bad.
It's not good. It is as good as the last season of, what's-his-face's run?
Capaldi?
Yeah.
I never watched any Capaldi episodes.
Yeah, it's about that good. So not great.
I've got it all on my DVR. I just haven't got around to watching any of it. Life has just been busy, and I've been traveling and doing things.
So it's too look at me, I'm woke.
There is a bit of that happening.
That's what the whole thing feels like. No, seriously, look at me, I'm woke. Like, just write a good story. If the Doctor's gender doesn't matter, okay, then don't make it matter.
Do you find that it has mattered in the show?
Yeah. They keep focusing on it. Again, I only watched 2, so that might change.
It might.
But meh. It's all very look how different we are. Look how we can stand out. Yeah, we stand out.
And there's no Christmas special this year. They're doing it on New Year's instead.
That's fine. A New Year's special instead of a Christmas special is fine.
Yeah, it's only a week different, but
yeah.
But what'd you find, Kitty? Are you still looking it up? Are you still trying to prove me wrong?
Mm-hmm.
Good luck with that.
Okay.
Different actress. Totally
She's
different.
part of the cast and crew in Jessica Jones and in Iron Fist. Her name is Alice Eve.
Yeah, I said that. Alice Eve. But the girl who played Patsy Walker, Trish Talk, is not Alice Eve.
She's in both.
That may be the case. However, whoever plays Trish Walker, was that her name in the show? Patsy Walker?
Yeah.
And Mary
Rachel
Walker.
Taylor.
Ah.
Rachel Taylor plays
Weird.
Patsy. Yes, but maybe they're related somehow because they both have the same last name.
That's very strange, yeah.
Have you watched all of Iron Fist?
Yes, I did. It's super good.
Oh, okay.
And I'm a little bit... So they decided to stop doing Iron Fist, even though it's finally really good.
Yeah.
And they stopped doing Luke Cage, which was also really popular.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering if that's because they're going to do the Power Man and Iron Fist.
I don't know.
They are not.
Aw. Even as a movie?
Probably not.
No.
I did hear that executives have been pitching Daredevil Season 4 to the Netflix studios. I don't know what's happened with that, but...
That's not surprising. Daredevil's always good.
Everybody loves Daredevil. Yes, for sure. That's right. What do you got, Josh?
I'm just looking at things for Katie.
Oh, things for Katie.
Hmm.
You know what? It's really nice to have you here on this episode of Rusted Robot Podcast.
Because I'm never around anymore?
Well, because you're often at work when Josh and I record.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we have to go to your workplace to record an episode because Josh is busy there too.
Ah, would you like to come back to 38 Pine Street North, Timmins, Ontario, Canada?
I would.
It's Jump City, did you know? Jump City, Jump City, City, Jump City. Timmins, Ontario, Canada. Unit 106 in the basement of the 101 Mall.
The comic book shop that you work at, that you're not at today.
Yes, I am half owner of it.
Right, because your sister owns the other half?
Yes.
Which is your side, the left or the right side?
We don't split it up that way.
Oh.
I usually do like...
Top to bottom.
Okay, that makes more sense. Yeah.
I have the bottom half.
Nice. Where is your sister?
She's at work.
She made it back safely from Jamaica.
Yep.
And how was her trip?
She had a great time. She got stung by a jellyfish.
Did she get Brandon to pee on it?
No! That's a common misconception. You don't have to do that.
Oh.
It did come out with just water. Like, she had to go and take a shower and rinse it off.
Okay.
But if it still stings after that, you can put vinegar on it.
I didn't know that.
Because it just needs acidity. Like, if you were, like, alone, I guess pee would work, but the thing is, if you're at a resort where they have everything, you really don't need your friends peeing on you.
No.
And that seems to be the one thing that everybody wants to do. Everybody wants to pee on their friends, apparently.
Well, who wouldn't want to pee on their friend, right?
Well,
yeah,
me. I have no inkling to pee on my friends.
Have you been to Jamaica?
No.
No?
I have never left Canada.
Oh, okay. All right. You know what I watched last night?
Mm-hmm.
Critters.
You finally watched Critters?
I finally watched Critters last night.
What did you think of it?
It was over really fast. It was a very short movie, but I also fell asleep through part of it.
Aww.
Because it was close to midnight. But
it's a fun movie.
It's a fun movie. The editing's pretty choppy. It's not anything like compared to
how... Well, it's 80s schlock.
It is.
But, I really like it.
And the effects were horrendous.
Oh, yeah. But, that's what they were all like.
But,
everything was a hand puppet.
But when I was 10 or 11 years old watching the thing, it was great.
Yeah.
Because, you're not very sophisticated when you're 10.
Plus, back in the 80s, everything was a hand puppet chasing you.
Exactly. That's right.
Which is why it was scary when your parents would actually purchase those horrible, ghouly hand puppets and chase you with them.
Right.
Because it was exactly the same as the movies.
Exactly the same. Oh, and then I watched Life as well. That Ryan Reynolds movie that was out last year where they're on the space station and they get life from Mars, and everybody was saying it might have been a prequel to Venom.
I've never seen that.
It wasn't great. It was okay. I never need to see it again, and I don't think it's a prequel to the Venom movie.
It is not.
It's not. It's not even the same kind of type of creature, but it was.
But it's okay though.
It was like a horror film in space kind of.
Oh, it's a horror film.
Kinda.
Yeah, it's kind of pseudo-alien.
Yeah, a little bit. It was fine.
It wasn't scary enough.
I wouldn't even buy it in the $5 cheap bin. So.
That's a lot coming from you. You like a lot of really bad movies.
I do like a lot of really bad movies, and I'm glad I saw it, and I never need to see it again. So.
That's how I feel about Twilight.
I don't regret having seen it, but I don't need to see it again.
Oh, okay. I regret having seen Twilight.
Well, you should.
I feel like that time could have been spent waiting for a bus or something.
Yeah, because vampires do not sparkle.
Or drowning.
Yeah, one or the other. Hey, you know what? Now is a great time to play a promo for the ESO Network. We're going to play the promo for the Earth Station 1 podcast right here.
Hey, this is Mike. A few months back, I was given the assignment of creating a new promo for the Earth Station 1 podcast. I figured I had a ton of time, but I kind of got distracted. Go figure. And we realized we had somehow missed our deadline. So here I am late at night trying to figure out something creative to get you to listen to our show. I guess I could just use my announcer voice. Listen to the Earth Station 1 podcast. For almost 9 years, we've been bringing your inner geek out to play. We're a founding member of the ESO Network, and you can find us up on most media players like iTunes, Stitcher Radio, or wherever fine podcasts are found. I think that might work.
And there it was. And Josh actually heard it.
Yes, I heard it this time.
How do you feel about this?
I think that he did a funny job with his intro.
He did.
I quite like his retro-sounding music.
Yeah. I think it sounds good.
That's the flagship of the ESO Network. Earth Station 1, ESO. Yeah,
yes,
he was. Just letting our listeners know in case they didn't know.
Well,
I think they could have figured out our listeners are not stupid. You shouldn't assume our listeners are stupid, Sean. You shouldn't insult them like that.
Oh, you're putting words in my mouth.
I'm not. You decided that you had to explain something that is incredibly simple to them.
Maybe
you're always supposed to explain something that is incredibly simple, like people don't know what it is. That's how they recommend you do it in writer's class when you're writing a novel. You're always supposed to assume that people have no idea what's going on.
And much like life, I have no idea what's going on, so that's how I explain things. So you've been put in your place. And
no. It's not nice to condescend to your audience, particularly an audience that's stuck with us for this long.
And they're very sophisticated and smart.
Exactly.
And they should know better. But maybe we're just talking like this to fill up time, because we don't know how long this episode's going to run.
Oh, we have a lot of trailers to talk about.
We do have a lot of trailers to talk about. Let's talk about some trailers. How about, since I already talked about it, we'll play the trailer right here for Replicas, starring Keanu Reeves.
Hey, Dad. Morning, William.
Morning.
What's going on? William, something's not right with me. Tell me the truth.
There was a crash. You and the kids died. Initiate. I brought you back.
There is a reason human cloning is banned.
I'm dead.
We stole millions of dollars worth of Bionic equipment. I hope you're ready to go to jail.
Those 3 subjects are our property.
I didn't defy every natural law there is just to lose you again.
How could you do this?
Because I love you.
And that's the second trailer, and it makes a lot more sense than the first trailer we played back in the spring.
Yeah.
Like, you can actually find out what's going on. And I've been looking forward to this movie, and they keep pushing it back. I think it comes out early next year sometime.
I think it's in December.
It looks like a dark, tech, sophisticated, action, sad movie like Johnny Mnemonic.
Yeah, kind of.
It does have a little bit of a Johnny Mnemonic feel.
Uh-huh.
So, from what we see in the trailer, there's something that I gotta mention. Okay. So they're like, okay, well, cloning is illegal.
Uh-huh.
All right, human cloning is illegal. And you stole our equipment. Okay, very illegal. Johnny's got to go to jail. Keanu's got to go to jail.
Did you say Johnny?
I did.
You did. Well, we'll just call him Johnny. We don't know his name in the show.
But they're like, and these 3 things
that you created, your family,
are our property. No, because they're still human beings.
And they were grown using the technology, but their genetic makeup didn't belong to them.
So
the equipment used to make them belong to them.
Perfectly reasonable.
Repossessed, that's fine. It did belong to them.
Yeah.
You can't take a sentient being.
No, you can't. That's illegal.
And killing your own clone is still murder. According to Deep Space Nine.
I think killing your own clone is technically...
Is it a murder-suicide?
So if the clone...
Yeah, no, I think it's technically murder.
If the clone has become aware yet,
yeah,
then yes, it is murder. But a clone has yet to become aware. It is just a biological extension of you until a point where it differentiates itself by becoming aware.
So it's like cutting off your hand if it's infected by the rhinovirus.
Well,
That's
it's still very much part of you. But even then, like, I don't know.
Up until
the point where it wakes up.
Until it becomes distinct by gaining new thoughts. Up until that point.
Even just by intaking, like, sound, smell, sight, those kinds of things are new information that it's intaking on its own.
So when it attains a level of consciousness, then it is an independent being. But before then, it's just a biological extension of you that you can kill. So
but they still can't take it. Somebody would have to care for it.
So, yes, but because it is a biological extension of you.
So it would also go to jail with you?
No, because the moment it gains independence...
What if it was just kept in some kind of weird stasis?
It can't be.
Huh.
And maybe these questions are hard to answer, and that's why it remains illegal to this day.
Well, for human cloning, but like they clone sheep.
Yeah.
And when you kill one sheep, the other one doesn't just die.
No.
And they're clearly 2 separate beings. It's
Clearly.
just that they look the same.
They look the same.
And they share all the same genetics, but like they're different creatures.
But they're not connected like those guys from G.I. Joe, Zatoz and Tozaz.
Oh yeah, they're not like psychic. Well, I don't know. Maybe sheep are psychic. How would I know, right? They don't have a lot of ambition in the first place.
Well, there is the thing where one sheep on one side of the country will figure something out, and the sheep on the other side of the country are like, "Oh, that's how we do it," and then they just do it.
Yeah,
because they're quantumly entangled.
Maybe all sheep are psychic. They're just content with their lives as they are.
Yes, maybe so. Maybe that's the case.
That's why the bar isn't set too high, even though they have all this power. They just like being sheep, doing sheep things.
Yes, I'm going to go with that.
Does that blow your mind?
Yeah, so Replicas, guys. Are we going to go see that in theater?
Probably not in theater, but it is a good look.
I'm looking forward to it.
Sometimes
I'd like to...
movie with tons of action, but not a lot of light in them kind of give me a headache. So I'd rather see it on a smaller screen.
Okay. I think I would go see it at the theater on a Tuesday.
Yeah, maybe a matinee.
Yeah.
Problem, it's not a full price movie.
No, not a full price movie, but I'm looking forward to it. I've been looking forward to it all year, so.
If more of it turns out to be well lit, I think I would watch it. But like, do you guys remember Cloverfield?
Of course.
That made me feel so sick.
Yeah, but that's also a
shaky cam. Yeah, I know, but also I found out it's also just darkly lit movies that are very actiony. So like, there's a lot of stuff going on, but you can't see a lot of it, and then you have to turn your head from one side to the other side of the theater really fast. Otherwise, you miss something. It just makes me feel sick.
Okay.
Unenjoyable.
Yeah.
So on to the next trailer.
On to the next trailer. We are not going to play it, but we saw the trailer for The Lion King remake, live action kind of thing. What do we think about that one?
Meh. I'm tired of
these live action Disney remakes.
It looks like an excellent movie. It is going to be exactly the same as the first one.
Yes.
So if you're longing to see it, just go watch the one that currently exists. It looks like it's going to be frame for frame exactly the same.
I don't like it as much. Like it's not even because it's not really live action, it's CG.
Uh-huh.
The lions don't quite look right.
The Uncanny Valley thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything looks pretty close, though. Like, I've seen Jungle Book, and that was really good, but it was also different enough from the actual movie that it was worth watching the remake of it. And then this one is done by the same person, so I'm wondering if they only showed us the parts that were frame for frame exactly the same,
Possibly.
and maybe there's some differences that would make it worth watching.
Well, I always like when I hear James Earl Jones's voice.
I do too, but you can just watch the one that exists already.
Well, of course you can.
And that movie's already fun, and people put a lot of work into it, and I find it odd that they would just do it again. They could have just taken the same movie and re-released it in theaters, and people would have been like, Lion King, I love that movie, I'm gonna go see it, and it would be the same.
Yeah.
Just release the remastered version.
Right.
Yeah.
Or spend $150 million and make it a live-action CGI ripoff thing and just release it 25 years later, because why not?
I'm getting tired of them. They got Dumbo.
Yeah, that's coming out too, right?
I don't know. If it's different, there were some differences in the Beauty and the Beast movie. Like, there's a whole song sequence that was really good, and there's a couple other sequences that are totally different from the original movie. And it was more like watching a play. I think what I want to do is go to, like, a real theater. Like a theater with people.
Yeah, but, like, I'm getting, like, we already have these stories. We have a really good rendition of these stories that you guys made. Why are you making more?
Because they can.
Yeah.
And they have no ideas.
Money grab.
Yeah. Let's not make something original. Let's make something people already know about.
But
grab the ones that were okay but didn't hit.
Right.
Or the older ones.
That are too slow paced.
Yeah. Redo Snow White.
Bambi.
Oh, yeah, Snow
Redo
White.
Bambi. Bambi, that's far enough back, but the people that went to see these things in theaters are my age.
Right.
I
Because it
don't
came
know,
out
even
24 years ago.
Bambi would be the same. There's not a lot you can do with that. Snow White, you could flesh out the story a lot. It's a very short movie.
Yeah.
It's like the first animated Disney film, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm not sure.
That one I'd like to see redone. I'd like to see more story to that.
Snow White, Cinderella.
Cinderella's been redone like 4 times. It's fine. We don't need more Cinderella.
Sleeping Beauty. These ones can be redone because that's fine. They're far enough back that, to be honest, a lot of people haven't seen them. But who, right now, hasn't seen The Lion King?
I don't know.
I don't know. Even our kids have seen it. They've also seen all the movies that came after it. The
So-
bad ones. Yeah. They're great.
So there we go. So we're not going to go see that in theaters.
Or even just making a new story. It's not like it's super hard. They could even find the same formula.
Mm-hmm.
They did it with Tangled. They did it with Frozen.
Yeah.
I liked both of those movies. They're great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I don't care how they do them.
Right. Live action or cartoon, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or CGI, like how they did.
And
Any of them is fine.
And all these
New story.
all these reboots and crap. We're talking about rebooting the Back to the Future franchise.
Yeah.
And the fan community is in outrage. Did you see that?
Nah. I didn't.
You didn't see it?
I didn't see it.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure I might have scrolled through it, but I was like, reboot, nah.
How about some new stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to rage about it either. I'm just like, well, you can spend money on whatever you want.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so I am against reboots as a whole, unless there's been enough time between them.
You needed a lot of time.
And anything that is a cult classic, you really can't reboot.
Because then you lose the thing that made it good.
You're going to inherently have people that are going to be mad at the thing just because you're taking what they love.
Mm-hmm.
Like when they rebooted RoboCop.
Exactly.
There was maybe enough time. It was almost 30 years, 25 years between, like Lion King and whatever. But it wasn't that great. It didn't have the same flavor. It didn't have the whatever the formula was that made RoboCop excellent.
There's certain things where when you reboot them, you just lose like the heart of the movie.
And then there's the whole Planet of the Apes reboot. The one from 2000 with Marky Mark there, that was crap.
No. See, that one on its own was bad. It was real bad.
It was bad, yeah.
And
I still enjoy them. It's not as good as the original, though. But I have low standards for movies. I like a lot.
But the new trilogy, I love both the new trilogy and the original ones.
Yeah.
And I can separate them, and they're not the same.
Yeah.
But they're just as good.
Although the originals are the best ones, right?
You can't beat 1968's
I know.
Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
That's just simply amazing.
Screaming Heston.
Screaming Heston.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody needs a Screaming Heston.
Take your stinking paws off me, you damn dirty ape!
So,
For sale at Jump City now.
I don't really enjoy the new Planet of the Apes.
I know.
But that is from a scientific aspect.
Yes.
Because they just they miss
and that's
key factors about the nature of life and humanity and
even
simians.
yeah. And there's certain things that you kind of have to really gloss over. You have to like watch the movie as if you had brain damage to make it okay with your head. Like the Robinsons with the ice and things that bother me.
Yes, Lost in
If I
Space.
had brain damage, I'm sure that'd be a great show.
Well, I would like to think that I don't have brain damage, but I can forgive the scientific inaccuracies of things
Are you sure?
No.
You take a lot of oxygen into your brain.
I do.
And you walk in the winter.
Uh-huh.
What if you froze part of your brain?
That would not surprise me. That would account for a lot of my life choices. If you listen to
See,
Soul Forge
there you
podcast,
go.
you'll hear some of those life choices, and you can make your own diagnosis. I'm sure somebody could write a very good psychological paper on me if they listened to all episodes of Soul Forge podcast at soulforgepodcast.com.
So,
and then they could go on Soulford Podcast to give you a diagnosis.
An interviewed diagnosis over Skype.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
So I'm not a fan of long, of reboots.
Yeah.
I'm also not a fan of giant gap sequels that don't make sense.
Such as?
Like Ghostbusters 3.
Right.
That's
coming out.
out.
They don't go together. You have to watch them very separate.
No. Ghostbusters 3 is coming out.
Yeah, it's written.
They're working on it
Not
now.
the girly one.
Oh, that's weird. Okay, well...
The girly one is going to be written out of existence.
Or it's in its own pocket universe.
Yeah, I'm okay with
it's
the
its
pocket
own separate thing.
Because I like it. Damien likes it.
And they're doing Ghostbusters 3, and no. It's too much of a gap between them.
1989 was the last one, so this is 30 years now.
Yeah, some of the things don't make any sense. I have an example of one that did work out really well, where they had a huge gap in between it, everything fit together, and the movie was just as good as the original.
What?
Bambi 2.
Never saw it.
Never saw it.
Patrick Stewart is the voice of the Great Prince of the Forest.
Oh, why didn't I know this?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Patrick Stewart's a lot of really great things.
Yes.
I feel like it would have been a lesser great movie without him.
Did you hear that they're actually doing a Patrick Stewart-based Picard series on CBS All Access?
Actually, I did hear about that.
You did?
That sounds amazing.
It does sound amazing. You know what I would like to see?
Is there any new information on that?
No, I've got nothing. No, I was just bringing it up as if we'd never talked about it before. I want to see a remake or a reboot of Forbidden Planet.
Oh yeah, there's definitely been enough time between those.
1956 it came out, so it's due.
Do you think it would lose the whole thing that made it great?
Not if it was done right, because J. Michael Straczynski, who created Babylon 5, wanted to make a trilogy out of the whole Forbidden Planet mythos, and I think that would be awesome.
It would be. Forbidden Planet's still really good.
It's great. I love it. It's one of my favorites.
Would he be grabbing... Did he plan to take it as, like, the original movie was the first in the trilogy, and then just slap 2 more movies on the end?
This I don't know.
Or did he want to restart it?
I think he would restart the whole thing.
Because
it's a very short movie, too.
Things like that, I've seen a couple ones where it's almost a reboot, but it's a sequel, and it gives you all the things as if it's a fresh movie, but it's playing off of that existing knowledge.
Just like they were going to sequelize The Last Starfighter.
Oh, they should have done that. But there's too much time.
We talked about that.
Yeah.
And they're working on it. Or they have ideas, or who knows if it's ever going to happen.
It's too much time.
Maybe. 1984, yeah.
Yeah, well, it wouldn't make sense anymore. There aren't arcades.
Well, no, they wouldn't have that, but I don't know what they would do.
But that's like...
It could be, what's his name?
That's a good part of the whole movie.
I can't
What's
remember.
his name coming back?
Coming back 40 years later, and he's
okay.
built up the Star League,
That could be a
and
thing.
he needs to recruit some new fighters, and who knows what. I don't know.
Comes back with the Star League after having defeated the Emperor.
That's right.
And he's like, okay, now that I'm in charge of the Star League, I'm conquering Earth. And then it's Starfighters coming in.
Oh, that would be cool.
Or
I
that.
don't think that's how it would go, though.
Probably not.
I just don't.
It's a hell of a twist.
It would be great. That would be amazing. I would watch that. You should write that movie.
You should write that movie, Josh.
We'll act it out. It'll be great.
And
it'll be bad.
And we'll combine it with the universe of Flight of the Navigator.
And we'll do everything with cardboard and tinfoil and things on strings.
The Navigator, or the ship comes back, picks up the Navigator. They travel through time, and they make a mistake, which causes the Starfighter, the Star League, to become evil, which is why they come back to conquer the Earth, and then they have to travel back in time, but they're being chased by the last Starfighter and his improved Starfighter as they zip through time to go back to try to change the events of the initial thing, and then they change the events in the initial movie, and the initial movie doesn't happen, and the Emperor Zurg comes in and he conquers the Earth.
Yes.
Yeah, so write that movie, guys.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, let's play a trailer for something else. What do we got?
We have the Deadpool thing.
Oh, yeah.
Right before Christmas, a good guy in red is coming to theaters with his new sidekick, Fred.
Why am I here?
You're in a PG-13 version of Deadpool, filtered through the prism of childlike innocence.
I'm a grown
And nobody
man.
does childlike innocence like you, Fred. Nobody. I need you almost as much as you need me.
I don't need you at all.
You need me to untie you once we're done. I loved your working up.
I'm sorry?
Don't get too attached.
Once upon a Deadpool.
Kind of prefer Marvel movies.
We are Marvel.
Yeah, but you're, Marvel licensed by Fox. It's like if the Beatles were produced by Nickelback. It's music, but it sucks.
You were nicer as a kid.
Rated PG-13. Limited engagement in theaters December 12th.
So that's coming out December 12th.
Limited release in December 12th.
Once Upon a Deadpool. Now, is it taking the footage from the previous Deadpool movies and just adding a bunch of stuff, or is it totally new and different?
It's totally new and different.
They made a Christmas special for Deadpool.
Okay.
Do you think it is actually imprisoned by the laws of PG-13?
I believe so. It's being released as PG-13.
I really want to go see that.
I don't know.
It's not going to come here.
Well, can we get it on DVD?
No, but you can get it on Blu-ray.
We're going to need a Blu-ray player.
You don't
have one in the bedroom.
We have one?
Yeah?
I don't know what's happening lately.
Dude,
we had it for like 3 years.
I don't know.
This is 2018. You can't have a DVD player.
I spent like a lot of the last year like plastering and sanding. I forgot how technology works. I am house builder now. That is all I do.
So it looks like a fun play off of The Princess Bride. He's got Fred Savage from Wonder Years and Princess Bride fame and other stuff that he's done.
Yeah.
And it looks like it could be a lot of fun. And too bad it won't come here, because otherwise we would go see it at the theater.
Oh, yes, that's the definite theater.
Yeah, I would go see it. It looks hilarious.
I don't know if this is Fox in a last-ditch effort to grab some quick cash on the way out.
Before Disney takes over?
Yeah, I think that's what this is. This is like, fine, whatever, make a Christmas special. Go ahead. Let's bring in the cash, but don't spend more than $50 million.
Right. Especially if it's limited released.
Really, it's pretty genius.
Yeah, well, limited release could be all limiting the release to Earth.
Oh, well, that's true.
It all depends on what you define limited as.
It's only going to play in 5,000 theaters.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're not going to build a new theater to play it in.
No. But it looks like a lot of fun.
It's like the Ford limited edition truck that they made that had 100,000.
Everywhere.
Well, on a long enough time scale, everything's limited edition. So.
Speaking of other things that are PG.
Yeah.
What about the Lego movie?
Oh, let's
Lego
play
Movie 2.
Are we going to play the trailer for that?
Sure.
All right, let's go right here and play the trailer for Lego Movie 2, the second part.
Once, everything was awesome. Now, everything is bleak.
Hey, Lucy. I brought you coffee.
Coffee. The bitter liquid that provides the only semblance of pleasure left in these dark times.
Oh my goshness. Did I interrupt you brooding just now?
Times have changed. You need to change with them. We have to be tough and battle ready.
Look, a shooting star, make a wish.
Oh no.
Hurry, the door is slowly closing.
Oh, the pain. It's getting so cold.
Emmett, what are you doing?
Hooray!
See, that wasn't so bad. Nothing got in. Ah, something got in.
I'm General Mayhem. Bring me your fiercest leader.
Lucy!
Emmett!
This is all my fault. Hang on to your fronts, Planny. We're going to save Lucy. You tell me to smash asteroids! You Mind if I save your life? Not at all.
Who are you?
The name's Rex Dangervest.
Galaxy defending archaeologist, cowboy, and raptor trainer.
I don't get it. Will you help me rescue my friends? You don't want to go anywhere near the Sistar system. It's ruled by an alien queen.
Only the toughest are gonna get out of there alive.
Who's a good boy?
Who's a good boy? Yes, you are.
I'm a queen, whatever I would not be.
I'm getting super evil vibes here.
I could change my form to something else if this makes you uncomfortable. Hey, guys.
No, go back. The horse was much more palatable.
I got a payphone and a play phone. I gotta get it, baby.
No, I did not.
A1, hit him with the A1 song. Since day one, not the A1 side.
Lucy!
Emmett, did you draw stubble dots on your face?
What? No.
Who are you?
I'm your worst nightmare.
You're me when I'm late to school and I forgot my homework and my pants are made of pudding?
No, I don't.
There it is. It was great. It was fun. It looks like it's entertaining.
I enjoyed the original Lego movie.
Yeah.
It looks like it's going to be as much fun.
It does.
It really does. I love Emmett.
The humor is irreverent and just fun. It just makes you laugh. It's a feel-good movie.
Yeah. Do you guys like the Chris Pratt character?
Yes.
Everybody loves Chris Pratt.
Yeah. Do you think it's him doing the voice? Because it doesn't sound like him, but it definitely is supposed to be like him.
He's using his sexy man voice.
Ooh.
That's probably what it is.
Does he have a cold?
He might. See, I like how you brought that around back to the beginning of the podcast where we were talking about the Soul Forge.
Yep.
See, if we were comedians, that's called a callback.
Yep. I did a good job.
You did. And that wasn't even planned.
Yeah.
That's
it's because I'm so witty.
You, my friend, get a raise.
Huzzah!
Yes.
Double the T at every podcast.
That's right.
Good for me.
Yeah.
So
pat on the back.
Pat on the back.
The Chris Pratt character is, I don't know if that is actually played by Chris Pratt because Emmett is Chris Pratt.
Emmett is Chris Pratt? Is that why they put in a character that's like Chris Pratt?
That makes a lot of sense.
Oh, I'm so happy about this.
Oh, that's so meta.
I had no idea that was Chris Pratt, but it makes a lot of sense now because he is a very like fun-filled, happy-go-lucky character. So he does broody okay, but he can only do it in little bits. He's a happy dude.
He is a happy dude.
There's a thing of him on the internet, on YouTube, of him trying to bake a cake.
Chris Pratt?
Uh-huh.
Crisp rat is a delicacy in certain countries.
Yeah, it looks delicious, actually.
Mm-hmm. What do you got, Josh?
I'm trying to find if he plays both characters.
Oh, okay. All right, so we've got Wild Style back on.
Yeah.
She's the main character again, and we got Emmett, and we got the Chris Pratt knockoff, and we got Batman again, and
Batman. Oh yeah, Batman is in there.
he's in there. Yep, and
I like how Wild Style is always the most broody character
Yeah.
of all of them. She's the straight man in the movie.
yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Rex Dangervest.
Rex Dangervest is also Chris Pratt?
Yeah.
He does both of them?
He does both of them. He plays against himself.
Rex Dangervest.
That's it.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
He also has a movie coming out called Cowboy Ninja Viking. I have no idea what that is, but it's on his IMDb.
Well, we have to watch that for sure.
Cowboy Ninja Viking.
Yeah.
I like it already.
Me too.
Okay, here is the description.
For Cowboy Ninja Viking?
It's an action-adventure movie. A government program turns Duncan, a man who suffers from multiple personality disorder, into a super soldier with the attributes of a cowboy, a ninja, and a Viking.
I like it.
That's it. That's all we have.
If we go watch that, can we each dress as one of the characters?
Oh, totally.
It has Chris Pratt. This is all we have for the cast. Chris Pratt and Priyanka Chopra. And that's it. That's all we have. There are no names of the characters.
Do we have a release date?
Nope.
Which one do you guys want to be?
I'll be...
Because, like, really,
Ninja.
I'll be any of them.
Then I'll
really.
be the Viking. You get to be the cowboy.
Sweet. I have a cowboy hat already.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I know where you can buy a cool Foot Clan from the classic Ninja Turtles live-action show.
Live
mask.
action movie, yeah.
Oh,
We
yeah?
have a ski mask at work.
Really?
Yeah, it's so cool.
What's the name of that place again?
Jump City.
Ah, yes.
All right, so
that's definitely a theater. watch?
That's a theater watch.
And so is the Ninja Viking cowboy thing.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Cowboy Ninja Viking.
I don't even need to know anything about it. It just sounds awesome.
Yeah.
We have very little information.
What was that other movie that we watched that wound up being super hella good with Hacker Man, and it had the Triceratops that was his partner.
Oh, that was Kung Fury.
Kung Fury. That was a great movie too. Yeah. You saw that one, right?
I believe I did.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's a lot of really good movies out there.
And a lot of really bad ones that we like anyway.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Very good.
Yes.
This pleases me.
Indeed.
Right, so now on to our hypothetical.
Yes,
which I asked 2 weeks ago.
Actually, you asked 3 weeks ago, I believe.
I believe so, yes.
Yes.
So you've had 3 weeks to think about it, Sean.
Yeah, I want to be a part of the soulless minions of orthodoxy.
Soulless, but then you have to be soulless.
That's okay. I do a soul forge so I can replenish the stuff.
Okay, so what's this from?
Deep Space Nine.
Deep Space Nine.
Yeah, they talk about the soulless minions of orthodoxy. I can't remember what it's about, but I love that name.
I do not know this organization in the least.
Oh.
What do you think is the biggest benefit?
I think the biggest benefit is that I get to live in the Star Trek universe.
It wouldn't be that you get to have no soul, so things don't bother you?
Maybe. Maybe that would be good. 'Cause if I got rid of my moral center, I could have a lot more fun.
Yeah, but also you wouldn't have fun anymore because you would have no soul.
Oh, you need a soul to have fun?
I think so, yes.
Well, crap. Then I want to be one of the henchmen in the Dominion Army. I want to be a Jem'Hadar, because I would like a tube of Ketracel white running into my veins. And I get to have nice spikes on my head, and I get to go invisible.
Well, that does sound pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it. Doesn't that sound like fun?
All right. So your thing is you want to be a drug addict.
Yes.
In the Star Trek universe.
I want to be a drug addict in the Star Trek universe who is also just a drone who just fights.
Oh, so you wouldn't want to be a Borg? That's almost a combination
A
of those two things.
A Borg is not a minion. They are all the single individual.
That's right. I don't want to be a drone.
But you're also technically the leader then, aren't you?
Yes. But that's not the question. Which organization would you like to be a minion in?
Yeah, I'll just be one of the army guys from the Jem'Hadar.
Okay.
Yeah. You, what would you be?
Well, I got my answer, but I'm going to wait for Katie.
Okay.
Because traditions of the hypotheticals, Josh answers last.
Right.
So originally I wanted to be one of the minions.
Okay.
Because if somebody cracks me, because I crack all the time anyway, and then shakes me, I'll glow in the dark.
Mm-hmm.
Which would be useful except for if I'm trying to sleep. They always have parties. They're part of a union. They can build spaceships from nothing, like from trash, which is amazing. So they're very good at budgeting and being frugal. Their boss is really nice. Possibly too nice. But also wants to rule the world, which is great. But the other one I'd like to be, because like all minions are kind of equally good/bad at their job. Right? And there's no real way to stand out. So that's part of the good thing about being a minion. So that's one of my options. And the other one is being one of Skeletor's boobs. I would be the most capable of all of his minions.
Even more than Evil Lynn?
Yeah, I'd probably be more yes.
Okay.
I feel like I would be more capable.
And what do you think
than Evil Lynn.
the single biggest benefit from being one of Skeletor's minions is?
Well, because I would be capable, we would actually take over and then rule over Eternia. There'd be cool monsters, and I'd probably be one of them. I would totally want to be some kind of monster creature. Possibly some kind of sea monster.
Very nice.
Yeah.
I like it.
And have weird tech. He's always giving his minions, like, weird tech or, like, good powers and stuff, and then they just screw it up. But because I'm capable, I would take that and run with it and be just under Skeletor.
Very good. And Josh?
I would be a new era Cylon.
Oh.
Because of the mortality.
Oh, that's a good call. So you'd be a skin job?
Yes. I'd be one... even the...
robots?
Even the Centurions and the flying guys. I don't remember their names.
Oh, the Raiders.
The Raiders.
Yeah, yes.
Even their minds are transferred. So, being any of them, you're immortal.
I like it already.
And you're ageless. So you will live forever.
I'm
as one of a many horde.
The minions are also ageless.
Oh, very cool.
Plus I get to travel through space.
And who doesn't want to do that?
Particularly if I'm a raider. Like, I just fly through space.
Yeah.
Upgrade myself whenever it's time to upgrade. Hey, cool. Off the guns, I got laser cannons now. Look at that.
Right on.
Exactly.
Good answer.
Get to be immortal.
Cool.
Flying through space for the rest of time.
Very nice. Watching the universe burn.
Or lighting it on fire.
One or the other. Yeah,
You could have also gone with being like Galactus's minion.
He doesn't really have minions.
He's only got the one.
He's got servitors. No, he ends up getting 4.
Oh, well, you could have picked be one of them. It's
Yeah.
kind of the same thing.
No.
Except then you get to look really cool.
No, Galactus's minions die.
Well, yeah. You can live a
I'd rather
long
be immortal.
Okay, whatever.
And it's all about immortality here at the Rusted Robot Podcast.
Well, at least for you guys.
Just like people who download the podcast get to experience immortality as well.
Yeah.
Because they're part of the geek-centric universe, and that will never die. So that's awesome. And I just wanted to announce before we end the podcast, we have a Cyber Monday deal. Subscribe to the Rusted Robot Podcast and get all the episodes for free.
Yep.
That's also our Black Friday deal as well, so you can do that. Also,
That's pretty
I believe that's
sweet.
also going to be our Boxing Day deal.
It's our Boxing Day deal. In fact, you could do it any time of the
Christmas
year.
special?
It's a Christmas special. So that's rustedrobot.podbean.com and a 2-for-1 deal this week only. soulforgepodcast.com. Like, subscribe, join the Facebook groups for all these things.
Join us.
Join us and gain immortality through being awesome
Yeah.
like we are. So that's it. That's all I got. Thanks for allowing me into your home and recording episode 223 of Rusted Robot Podcast. Had a lot of fun. I hope you did too.
I always have fun.
Good.
It's a good time.
Josh?
I'm just watching how long you're going to stretch this out for.
I don't know. Anyway, that's it. That's all I got. So tune in again next week when we have another exciting episode of pop culture goodness for you. And remember, real magic is worth the wait. You have been listening to the Rusted Robot Podcast. To contact the show, email therustedrobot@gmail.com or tweet us at therustedrobot. Join the Facebook page and group and visit the website at therustedrobot.podbean.com. The Rusted Robot Podcast was put together by Sean and Josh and the Rusty crew. Please remember to check out our other show, the Soulforge Podcast. Visit Jump City Comics in the 101 Mall and leave a glowing review in your chosen podcast app. Thank you and have a geeky day.
The Rusted Robot Podcast. Think about it.
She's like a collectible, sculpted to perfection, got to take her home. She's an exact replica of everything you dream of, got to show her off. She's a limited edition, an artistic vision, the perfect pose from head to toe, so real it's not your imagination. Want her in my collection because, baby, I like your figure. Baby, I like your figure. Authenticity's a must. There's no competition, got the perfect bust. She's a worldwide bestseller, always in mint condition, got to unbox her. Yeah, she comes from a place where they never fail. With her, I never feel like I'm 1/6 scale. I can't help but lose track of her accessories. Guaranteed to please all the sideshow freaks, and all you want to do is put her on display with the sign "Don't touch" in a special case. Look into her eyes, it becomes so clear. Just hand her the prize for best of the year. She seems so real when you see her in action. She seems so real when The perfect pose from head to toe, so real it's not your imagination. Water in my collection because, baby, I like your figure. Baby, I like your figure. Baby, I like your figure.
This has been a broadcast of the ESO Network. Be part of the crew and help support our shows by donating to our ESO Patreon or by shopping through Amazon.com or the TeePublic store, which can all be found at www.esonetwork.com. The ESO Network, your station for all things geek.